Deonna Purrazzo is on cloud nine after making her all-elite wrestling debut. In her home state of New Jersey, Purrazzo debuted for AEW on Wednesday night's episode of Dynamite. Deonna confronted Mariah May and revealed that she has signed an AEW contract. Deonna also issued a warning to AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm. Following her debut, Deonna made a post on social media calling the moment a dream come true. Deonna thanked Tony Khan for making it possible. Her parents and her husband, Impact wrestler Steve Maclin, were also in attendance at last night's show. Deonna wrote, "Home is where my heart is. My debut, my hometown, my husband, my parents. I haven't stopped crying. I think I'll live on cloud nine forever." While this was her official AEW debut, Deonna has actually wrestled on Dynamite once before. She lost the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship to Mercedes Martinez on an episode of Dynamite in May 2022. Deonna was signed to Impact Wrestling at the time. Tony Khan had bought Ring of Honor during her Ring of Honor Women's title reign. Deonna was a three-time Knockouts champion for Impact Wrestling. She finished up with Impact last month. Money in the Bank is headed to Toronto. WWE announced today that this year's event will take place on July 6th at the Scotiabank Arena. Additionally, the July 5th episode of SmackDown will also air from the venue, as will NXT Heatwave on Sunday, July 7th. In a press release, Paul Triple H Levesque said, "We're excited to bring Money in the Bank to Canada for the first time, as we continue to lock down the most globally focused schedule in company history." Adam Cole officially unveiled the Undisputed Kingdom on Wednesday's Dynamite. The new group appeared on the opening segment on Wednesday's Dynamite. Adam Cole said that now that they have gotten rid of MJF, they were focused on winning gold. He said the Kingdom have already claimed the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, Roderick Strong is going after the International title, and after Wardlow climbs the ranks, he will take the AEW World Championship from Samoa Joe. Adam Cole says that when he is fully recovered, Wardlow will forfeit the title to him. Adam Cole explained that the reason he turned on MJF was because he knew that MJF would eventually turn on him anyway, as MJF was the one that made the most enemies out of anyone in AEW. He said that MJF was gone and he's never coming back. At the end of the AEW World's End pay-per-view on Saturday, Samoa Joe defeated MJF to win the AEW Championship. The Devil's Henchman came out and surrounded MJF and Adam Cole, who was at ringside. But it was eventually revealed that it was Cole that had been behind the attacks for the last several months. He, the Kingdom, Wardlow, and Roderick Strong then attacked MJF to end the show. Nick Nemeth's post-WWE career is in full swing. After appearing alongside his brother Ryan Nemeth at Wrestle Kingdom, the former Dolph Ziggler posted a short video to social media. The video features Dolph Ziggler fighting off zombies and concludes with him super kicking the head off of one before dramatically putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying, "Groovy." The words "wanted man" then appear on the screen before it goes to black. Following Wrestle Kingdom, Dolph Ziggler jumped the new IWGP Global Champion David Finlay in the post-event press conference. After attacking Finlay, Dolph Ziggler then cut the following promo, in which he said, "Professional wrestling is about honor and believing in yourself, and something bigger than you, a championship, which means you are the one that strapped the entire company and the world on your back. This title, this brand new championship, this global championship means more to me, and I have never been here." He closed it off by saying that he was going to take the championship from him to the top where it belongs. The 43-year-old was released from WWE in September after having been with the company since 2004 and wrestling over 1,500 matches. Rush worked through the majority of AEW's Continental Classic tournament while dealing with an injury. In a social media post, Rush revealed that he suffered a torn hamstring during his second Continental Classic match. He worked 3 tournament matches after that and also competed in an 8-man tag team bout at World's End. Rush didn't disclose the degree of his hamstring tear or state how long he'll be out of action. He promised to recover and return hungrier than ever. Rush's second match in the Continental Classic was a victory over Mark Briscoe. He had a 2-3 record in the Gold League, defeating Briscoe and Jay Lethal while losing to Jay White, Jon Moxley, and Swerve Strickland. At the World's End pay-per-view, Rush teamed with Jay Lethal, Jay White, and Brody King in a loss to Mark Briscoe, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Daniel Garcia. And speaking of Bryan Danielson, Bryan talks about his plans after becoming a part-time wrestler. In an interview with Tokyo Sports, Bryan said that once he becomes a part-time wrestler, he plans to wrestle 5 to 10 matches a year. Back in September, he told Sports Illustrated that he plans on transitioning into a part-time wrestler sometime during the summer, possibly around August. During the interview, Bryan said some wrestlers he'd like to face in New Japan Pro Wrestling include Hiroshi Tanahashi, El Desperado, Shingo Takagi, and Tomohiro Ishii. Adam Copeland knows he doesn't have much time in wrestling left. The 50-year-old spoke to Sam Roberts recently and said he has about a 2-year window left in his in-ring career and hopes to do as much as possible with that time, saying, "We're looking at a 2-year window here to be able to get as much done as I can get done, tell as many stories as I can, try and help talent along the way with that." Earlier in the conversation, Copeland reiterated that one of the reasons he chose to sign with AEW was that WWE was only offering him limited dates, saying, "I had the offer from WWE and it was a good place to be, but I also felt like I was only going to be allowed to do so much. That could get boring, honestly, if I'm being truly forthright. It's like, okay, come in every 3 months or 2 months or whatever it is and do a match with Grayson Waller and MSG because they need a match for him. Again, that's a great place to be, but a creatively stimulating standpoint, it's kind of not." He continued on to say, "I was willing to do more, but I just felt like the place that I was going to get to do it and be able to tell those stories was AEW because I'd be allowed to. That was really exciting." Regarding where he might want to have his retirement match, Adam Copeland suggested Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, the venue where he saw his first live wrestling show. And that's a wrap for this episode of The Latest. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.